Hello, welcome to Belle's Kitchen, episode 2. Because apparently this is just going to be a thing now that I just do every month with my life. In case you didn't watch the last one, this is a once a month thing where I, Sean Bell, make food in front of a camera. Even though my whole thing is talking about computer games. But this happened because we reached a certain tier on our Patreon stretch goals. Patreon.com/TCGS if you're interested. But seriously, thanks to everyone who pays up because it is ridiculous. Whoa, just knocked the mixing bowl. It's a bad start already. But it is ridiculous that I get to do this, and it is actually a lot of fun. One point of order before we start. James Farley has got really bad heat stroke. I think he's about to mention it in the chat. So he's not going to be streaming at 9, which is bad news. But obviously the good news is I don't have to stress about finishing this within the hour. So that's the swings and roundabouts, isn't it? But seriously, Farley, I have had heat stroke before, and I know how shitty it is. So, sorry. So this month we're going to be making apple kaka, which is a Swedish apple. Well, it's a Swedish apple cake, but it's more like a pie. But you'll see in a minute. And then we're going to do like vanilla sauce to go with it, which is basically it's custard. So only one course this time. I know I did 2 last time, but they were both quite easy things to make, whereas this is a bit more involved. But hopefully, the plan is, so I'll do the cake first, put it all together, bang that in the oven, and then I'll do the sauce. It only takes like 20-30 minutes to bake, and I am incompetent, so I can probably drag out making the sauce for like 20 minutes. So I'll be fine. So this recipe is from, I'm really professional, I've just got it up on my phone, it's from semiswede.com. So to make the cake itself, we need 190 grams of all-purpose flour. I nearly read out what it says in cups, but that's for Americans. 190 grams of just regular flour, 3 teaspoons of baking powder, 100 grams of sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla sugar or vanilla extract. We'll use vanilla extract. Anyone who watched last time will remember the homemade vanilla extract. And what else? So 115 grams of chilled butter, 1 egg, lightly beaten, 4 to 5 medium-sized baking apples, and then optional powdered sugar for dusting. So first off, preheat the oven to 200 degrees C. Done. Easy. And then so step 2, blend all of the dry ingredients into a large mixing bowl. Now this is all written as one step. Blend all the dry ingredients into a large mixing bowl, dice the chilled butter and cut it into the dry ingredients using 2 forks or a pastry cutter. When the mixture looks like coarse meal, add the egg, mixing lightly to incorporate. And there's absolutely loads of it. So let's just do it bit by bit. So blend all the dry ingredients. So we've got the flour, the sugar, baking powder, and that's it, isn't it? So that's easy. So I pre-measured these because I'm cheating. Oh, let me switch to the interesting camera. There we go. Hello, hi. All right, Colin. There's the other camera. I've got the hob one set up as well. I'll only use it a bit. When I'm making the sauce, but yeah, whatever. Right, pre-measured because it's cheating. Flour, sugar, and then 3 teaspoons of baking powder. Brought this on myself by having such high standards on the last one. Properly bowled over by how well received that one was. Hang on, was it 3 teaspoons? Let's just double check. 3 teaspoons of baking powder, yes. Fine. So there's 1, 2, 3. Where's my wooden spoon? Where is my wooden spoon? Is it still in here? Yes. Right. Mix all that together. Oop. Chuck half of it out of the bowl by accident. Right. Hang on. Right. So yes, the apples and the eggs are from Asda. Well spotted. Asda is unfortunately the most accessible supermarket here, even though it is probably my least favourite. Right, so this is a really horrible bit. Yeah, so dice the chilled butter and cut it into the dry ingredients using 2 forks or a pastry cutter. This is really hard work, and I'm going to hate doing it, but, you know, it's for the show, innit? So how much was it? So 115 grams of chilled butter. I mean, because that's the horrible thing, is that, you know, if you're going to mix butter into things, you warm it up a bit first, right? Except no, it has to be chilled apparently, because otherwise it doesn't work for mysterious reasons. We get a knife. So if we need, what was it? 115 grams. So we use these. See, these are the best. Oh, hang on, you can't see. I'm holding it in the wrong place. Where's the camera? There we go. The little markers on there are the most useful thing in the world. So basically, so we know that's 100, that's probably 115. I imagine. Right, let's get that back in the fridge. Where's the butter from? The butter is also from Asda, but it's Anchor. Right, it's got dice this. Badly. And then, Jesus, it's all melting already. Too bloody warm today. I don't know if anyone's noticed that. Quite warm at the moment. Right, let's chuck these in. Cut them in half. This is straight out the fridge and it's just falling. It's like, it's all in my fingers. Right. Hang on, I'm going to wash my hands. They're all buttery. So basically, you just have to, I mean, I haven't got a pastry cutter, I'm not that posh. So, 2 forks, and you just have to kind of do this for about 1,000,000 years and just get all the butter into tiny and I absolutely hate it. How is everyone, by the way? I may as well converse with the chat. You're right, Colin, I shouldn't have spent my money on wires. I should have bought a pastry cutter instead, but I didn't. And now look at me. Am I alright to swear this month? Has anyone got kids watching, or is this X-rated now? God, honestly, if it wasn't for this bit, I would make this all the time. Colin, I don't believe you. I don't think your whole family's watching. I think you're on the wind up. So you see how it's like forming, see that? How it looks all sort of, I don't know, it's weird. Just you just sort of have to keep going, and then the bits just get smaller and smaller. And then when you just decide you've had enough, that's it, it's fine. They swear all the time on Swedish TV, is that a real thing? Hello Wonky85, you haven't missed a lot. I've just basically mixed the dry ingredients and now I'm cutting some butter into them and it's horrible. And it really, it absolutely knackers your wrists. Apparently, Jill, you can't use your fingers. Apparently it has to be forks or a pastry cutter because it needs to like cut it up into all little bits. So here we are. I mean, I probably should have done this bit beforehand. I mean, if you think this is bad, wait until the bit where I have to peel 5 or 6 apples and then grate them. So I get this recipe from Eva Levante. Good. Very good. I mean, that's actually looking, I think we're getting there. There's a couple of lumps still. God, I am knackered, mate. This isn't, in case you're watching this and like studying the motions that I'm doing, I am making this up. I have no idea what this is supposed to look like. If it's like, oh, he's doing it like that, and then he's kind of going round, and then, no, absolute. It's like, you know, when someone asks you to give him a massage, and you're like, okay, I guess. I don't bit like that, but with forks. I mean, yeah, I mean that looks like course meal to me. Have we got any course meal experts in the chat? Ugh. There you go. Oh, look, that looks coarse to me. So let's crack on. So that's one of 2 horrible bits of all this. Course meal. Oh yeah, right. So now I need to get the egg in. Das egg. Was just 1 egg, wasn't it? 1 egg, lightly beaten. Do. I need another fork, aren't I? And while we're at it, we'll chuck in the vanilla extract. Does anyone need me to redo the homemade vanilla extract bit? Or is that like... because I feel like it's an incredible life hack, but I don't want to be known as just the guy who bangs on about his homemade vanilla extract every month. Chuck a load of that in. A bit more for good luck. You want me to redo the homemade vanilla extract bit? Right. If you want to make vanilla extract, because you know it's really bloody expensive, basically get some actual vanilla pods. If you'd like using them for something else you're making, get all the seeds out. When the spent pods, get them in a little glass fella with the cheapest vodka you can get hold of, and then just leave it. And then that's well done. You've got vanilla extract. Right, leave that in, and then what does it say? Add the egg mix. Oh, add the egg, mixing lightly to incorporate. All right. Use your hands. Oh, I have to actually use my hands to knead the dough, don't I? That's another horrible bit. So there's 3 horrible bits to this. Right. I should probably take my wedding ring off, shouldn't I, if I'm going to be needing. Don't get any ideas. Just get the last dry bits in. Right, let's give it a knead. The last bits off that. That is actually a little bit wet. Do you know, I might chuck a little bit more flour in it. Without the ring, it just looks like a sad, lonely man baking. Yeah. Right. Do you know what? I am going to put a bit more flour in it. I think maybe going overboard on the vanilla extract just made it a little bit too wet. Let's try that. Oh, hey Josh, you alright? Ah, more flour, mate. More flour. I feel like I need some like backing music for these things. Because there are just loads of bits where it's just me just doing stuff. Right. Okay. I mean, it's still a bit sticky. But I reckon that'll do. Look at that. Look at that. It is a lot of fun to just play with. Play with dough. It's great. I love it. Hang on, let's get some value for money. Let's just scrape it all out of the bowl. There we go. I'm not going to lick the bowl. Don't start that again. You need dough the way I touch breasts. Just like that. Bam, bam, bam. Hello, Dave. How's it going? Right, I think we're good. So, so you have to separate. Hang on, what does it say? Where are we? Divide the dough into 3 parts. 3. That's awkward, isn't it? Press 2 parts into the base and part way up the sides of the pan. Okay, it's not a pan. It's a. I've got me old silicon fella. So why does it say divide it into 3 parts? Why not just take 1/3 off and then? What do we reckon? Is that about 1/3? I reckon that looks about right. So I'll wham that on there. So this goes in the base of the pan. Now I've done this before and it turned out to not quite be enough. So this could be interesting. Let's just. Like obviously the dough rises a bit, so it doesn't need to be massively thick on the bottom. But let's just see how we go. Because the problem is you need enough around the edges to then make. Oh shit! There we go. That's our first break. And then yeah, you need enough to like build up the sides a little bit, which can be tricky. I need, in terms of gear, I feel like I'm getting away with the microphone thing, so I might not get a radio mic and stuff just yet. But what I would really like is if I could just a little camera that I can just point, like a little macro camera, I can just point right at what I'm doing. But then maybe that's too much. Alright, this is looking okay. I could maybe use a bit more up the sides. Let's see if we can just. This is I've not eaten dinner, by the way, so this is it. This is tea. I was at someone left. It was someone's last day at work today, and they had a bit of a do. And I was going to have food there, and then I just didn't, like an idiot. So this is it. Apple cake for tea, Mum. Right. Wash my hands. So this next bit is really annoying. Oh god, yeah, I've got to roll that other bit of dough out yet. That's going to be a good laugh, isn't it? No, not congrats, Phil. She hasn't got a new job. She's just been made redundant. But yeah, right. So, apples. Every one of these needs peeling and then grating. So, I would have done this beforehand. Because that would have made a lot of sense. However, obviously they go brown and all fox, so you have to be quite quick once you've started. So let's just tell you what, let's get a bowl to do the peeling into. You are supposed to use like actual cooking apples for this. I don't, because I think cooking apples are horrible, and these are like way sweeter, which is probably not the point. Using Brayburns, if anyone's curious. I did it that way. Has everyone got like a preferred way of eating apples? Because I only realised recently that I do, and it might be weird. Like I'll bite into like this bit, like, and then I'll eat. Ooh, shit! Dropped an apple. It's all right. I'll wash it. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. So I eat like round the middle, and then turn it that way, and then I'll eat like around the top, and then around the bottom. And I don't know if that's mental. No, throwing it on the floor is not part of the usual techers. That was just a one-off. 2. We might not actually need that many. What's the other way to eat an apple? I don't know. I just feel like maybe there's people who are like, well, no, I just like start at the top and then work my way down, or I don't know. I don't know what you people are into. There you go, Glacier Rays. You're supposed to start eating at the bottom and keep going all the way through the core until you hit the stalk. That's one way of doing it. Right, I'm gonna peel one more, and then I reckon that might be enough. What is my favourite apple? I'm a pink lady man. Best balance between actually being nice and not costing £1 million. The working man's apple. I mean, is there anyone whose favourite is Granny Smith? Anyone at all? Right, where's me grater? So, grater, use the biggest holes you've got. Oh, Dave, so you're only watching this while you're getting the baby to sleep? That's nice. Maybe now the baby's asleep, you should get this up on the big telly and watch it properly, yeah? Oh, Colin Ross Wilson, Granny Smith used to be your favourite when you were a kid. What's wrong with you? Like, I'm sorry to hear that you hated yourself as a child. Truly. See, that costs quite a lot. I reckon 4 will be enough. Lot of apple. God, maybe 3 will be enough. Should we just spread that out a little bit? Squash it down. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. Peel it anyway. Right. That is a lot of apple. Right, now the bit that's going to go horribly wrong is I've now got to roll out the the pastry to go on the top, and it's just I just know it's going to go badly. Let's get all these out of the way, and that, and that, and that. Let's remove. Let me just give this a wipe. Right, I absolutely hate rolling out stuff, so this is going to be bad. Hang on, I've got my rolling pin. No, not that one. Right, let's just have a go. Oh, sticky. Yeah, there's no way this is going to be big enough without destroying it. I'm going to small flour. Oh, I think this might look rubbish when it's done. Let's just get that a bit. I mean, that isn't big enough. And it's definitely not like a nice neat circle like it's supposed to be. But it might just have to do. Okay, that's getting like a fair size now. That might be enough. Might be enough. Now all I have to do is get it on there in one piece, which is never going to happen. Dearie me. Now. Oh look, it's like paper. How am I supposed to get that on the... Oh, Jesus Christ. No, that is not happening. What can I move it with that won't just completely destroy it? Use your elbow, drop it in, roll it on the roller, which roll it on. That's actually not a terrible idea, Shai. If only I was like halfway competent. Should we try it? Hang on, let's just get it up on... No, even that's not working. It's falling apart. Ah, dear. Deary me. Deary me. Right, this is just going to have to be a mess. Oh no, look, it's all stuck to... No, I know, flour on the rolling pin, I know. I think it's far too late for that, unfortunately. Right, let's just get it back into a ball. Yeah, thanks whoever deleted that message. That guy was a bit annoying. Right, more flour. Let's get this fella nice and tough. Have we got any baking paper? That would be clever, wouldn't it? Yes. God, yeah, because then I can just lay it out and then pick it up and then woomph. I don't mean business, I'm just quite stressed. Whoop. Oh. Right, take two. I mean, this is feeling a lot better already. Whoop. It's a good thing Farley isn't streaming, because this would be bad news. I feel like this. I like this. I like this side. This one, not so much. No, Farley's not streaming. He's not well. He's giving himself sunstroke. Apparently, no one told him about the highest recorded temperatures in the last million years. Come on, come on. We can do this. Right. I feel like that is okay-ish. So theoretically, we can just wham this over on here. And it's all just going to be fine. And then just peel that back. And we're all good. Look at that. So I guess now we can just take those excess bits, make sure it all joins up with the walls. Well, look at that. Shall I use... Oops. Shall I use this little bit of excess to make a novelty shape? and put it on the and put it on the top? And if so, what novelty shape should I make? Computer game show logo. How am I going to make the computer game show logo with that? How's that going to... Making sure that's all nice and sealed. Oh dear. John Denton choking out Matt. That is also too hard. Shall I just go for a William Balls? Is that... Just make a dick. Thank you, futile exercise. Thank you for giving me permission. Alright, so... If I separate it into... I guess I'll just do it into like halves. And then... And then this can be... the shaft, and then these can be the testes. There we go, there's the nards, and then a knife, and let's just do a little... Oh, it doesn't really work. I need a sharper knife, hang on. There we go, and then we just do the little tip there. There we go. I don't know if you can see that. I probably shouldn't be lifting it up just to show you, but there you go. How's that? What do you reckon? Are you all happy? Is this against the Twitch terms of service? I mean, I got away with the when I was drawing like that indie stream I did. What was the game? I can't remember. Passepartout, the Starving Artist. And I did the drawing of someone shitting into Graham Linehan's mouth. That was alright, that was fine. Right, that's that. That could just go in the oven now. So let's bung that in. Set timer. I mean, it says 20 to 30 minutes. Let's just say 25. Let's just sit on the fence. Right, so now we've got to make the sauce. So this is going to be interesting. Let's get the old, let's get the hob cam on. Boom! Look at that. Let's get the baking paper out of the way. Who was it? Was it not a spaceship who recommended the baking paper, by the way? Because that absolutely saved this entire stream, to be honest. So, tar. Right, let's make the vanilla sauce. For the vanilla sauce, we need 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of potato flour or cornstarch. I've got corn flour. I'm assuming that's the same thing, but who knows. 475 ml of whole milk, 1 to 2 tablespoons of vanilla sugar or 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. Whipped cream, optional. So basically, yeah, you just whack it all in a pan and then let it heat up really slowly for ages. Let me, have I got another? Yes, I have got another mixing jug. Also known as a measuring jug, but I'm mixing whatever. Right. Just a pint of milk, Limmy fans. Yes, Scientologists, I have got the optional whipped cream. Of course. So are we 400? I mean, I'm pretty sure I can just whack this in and that'll be the 475. Yeah, there we go. A little bit left for me. Banger. Right, that's the... Find the eggs, sugar, potato flour and milk in saucepan. Right, let's get the egg in. Egg, egg, egg. Ooh. And vanilla extract. Do you know what? I might go a bit mental and put some cinnamon in. What do you reckon? Cinnamon, like vanilla custard with cinnamon in it. I feel like that would work. And because yeah, sod it. I'm going to do it. Please, nobody call the police. I'm about to put cinnamon in it. I mean, let's not even measure it. Let's just do what feels right. What have we got? So the egg's in, the sugar's not in. Where's the sugar? So 2 tablespoons. So we go, whoops. 1, 2, and then a bit more for good luck. Banger. We've got eggs, sugar's in, potato flour or cornstarch. Yeah, look, corn flour thickens soups, stews and sauces. It's fine. It's absolutely fine what I'm about to do. How much do I need? 1 to 2 tablespoons. That's the 1 tablespoon. Can do. Has anyone ever just mixed corn flour and water and done the weird thing where it goes like hard and soft? And does anyone know what I'm talking about? Right, that's it. Egg, sugar, corn flour, milk, vanilla extract. Whipped cream is optional, it doesn't go in yet. Hang on, need another fork. So basically, Shy, if you mix, I can't remember the ratio, but you can look it up. If you mix corn flour and water, it does this absolutely insane thing where it's like it's liquid until you put pressure on it, and then it goes solid. So you can like pour it out onto a table and then go bang with your fist on it, and it just doesn't do anything, just goes solid. It's amazing. Constantly until it thickens. Right, get the pan on. In you go, mate. And you might be thinking, Sean, you've just poured a load of milk into a saucepan. What on earth? What on earth are you doing? But it works. Don't know why. It just does. So basically, you just have to stir it through about 1,000,000 years while it gets warm. And I've messed up because I can't read the chat from here. Have we ever tried having a teaspoon of cinnamon? No, I haven't. I assume it's not pleasant. I mean, it says stir it constantly. I'm going to leave it a minute, I'm sure it's fine. Do a bit of tidying. Do you want to watch me do a bit of tidying up? Is that entertaining? What's going on in the chat? Are we talking about... no, we're talking about rude things, aren't we? Don't let it burn. I'm not going to let it burn, it's fine. I've only got the heat quite low. Because I need this to take... No way, it's already been 10 minutes since I put the pie in. No rude things at all. Yeah, whatever. Oh right, okay. Actually, not fine. I thought there was. I saw something about semen, and I just assumed it had all just, you know, just snowballed from there. I'm not eating cinnamon on its own. I'm not turning this into a stream where people just challenge me to eat things. Oh, cornflower semen. Yeah, when I said snowballed, I thought that was wrong. It was a wrong choice of words, but what can I do? Can't take it back now. This is a problem with streaming. Can't edit out your horrendous mistakes. I'll just do it. Oh, it's making noises. It's thickening up a little bit. Just missing rude things, but I'm wearing an apron emblazoned with 4 multicoloured cartoon penises. They're not cartoon penises. They're little... What are they? Each one represents one of us. They're just like an expression of our life force. Each. Farley should not be watching with his kids because it's 5 to 9. So they should be well in bed by now. No, you're right, Glacier Rays, it is canon. I just try not to think about it, to be honest. Watershed is 9. But I mean, kids should be in bed by 8 at the latest, generally speaking. Oh yeah, Colin's got a point. I did put a giant penis on the cake. You spotted your computer game show Polo yesterday and it turned many heads. That's just because you look great in it, Nimrod Hicks. That's not anyone thinking that it's weird that it's got penises on it, because it doesn't have penises on it, is what I'm saying. But I think maybe just people thought it was really stylish. So obviously I can't show you, but I'm gonna just have a check on the thing. Hey! Looks like some sort of real actual pie. Scientologist, you can't remember when you had a bedtime. Actually, yeah, come to think of it, me neither. Or at least I don't remember, I certainly don't remember what time it would have been. I do remember when I was a child, I used to insist that I just didn't understand what being tired was. Like, I used to ask my parents, like, what does it feel like to be tired? Because I don't know. which I'm pretty sure was true at the time, but definitely, probably my parents thought was bullshit. Come on, get thick. You're supposed to be a sauce and you're still just like milk. It's not on. Yes, get thick, double C. We're gonna get thick trending, are we? Is that the? Oh, dearie me. So how was everyone? Have you had a good week? Are you excited for the absolutely crushing heat wave we've got tomorrow? Can't wait, mate. I'm gonna absolutely. I mean, Farley's already beaten me to the punch, but I am definitely gonna burn tomorrow. Freelance Police, you're running a half marathon. I hope you've got a little bottle of water to take with you. 1K85, rubbish week. I'm sorry to hear that, mate. But it's over now, isn't it? So that's fine. Steam in a bottle, yeah. Yeah, you just open it and you just be like, oh, it just all like blast your face. Naylor Ben, you're going to be on the underground tomorrow. R.I.P, mate. I'm very sorry. Colin's working all week and you're working tomorrow as well. That's a shame. Where are we? How was my week? It was fine. Deadly average, I'll say. Oh, Phil's going to sit. I'm very. Do you know, of all the things, like I know most people when they become parents, they miss like going out, like actually going, like having a night out. Obviously, that was never a thing I did anyway, but I do miss going to the cinema. I'm going to turn this up because I feel like it's not really doing anything. Oi, Josh, promoting your show in the chat. How dare you? I've never played Dino Crisis, probably because it's survival horror and I literally never play survival horror games. I gather it's alright though. There's like 3 of them, isn't there? It can't have been that bad. Right. There you go. Alright, sequel was better. Fair enough. I mean, you'd hope so, really. Should stream Resident Evil 7 in VR? Actually, no. Not for all the money in the world. Nimrod Hicks, what does your missus and family make you doing a cookery show on Friday nights? Well, the last one wasn't on. Last one was on a Sunday, wasn't it? I think. Which, to be honest, was probably a better shout because I feel like this is the viewer numbers have suffered for this being on a Friday. No, I mean, I think my wife's really pleased. I mean, she's going to get some free apple cake out of it in a bit. Parents and brother both seem pretty chuffed. I haven't really explained this to like anyone at work though. I feel like that's just not a conversation I need. You know? Like, it's weird, like definitely people already don't believe me about the podcast stuff. So to then add to that, like, oh, by the way, I have a cookery show. God, Phil, you're right. Everyone's out at beer gardens, aren't they? Because it's bloody warm for the first time all year. This place, that cinnamon is like sediment on a river estuary. Yeah, it's sort of, it's not really mixed in at all. It's just kind of floating there, isn't it? Oh, and occasionally like clumping together. Magnifique. Someone please put in a wee bit more corn flour. I mean, you might actually be right. It does need to thicken up a little bit. Should we have a go? Let's not even pretend to measure what we're putting in. That is a bit more like it. A bit. Although the cornflour's just formed like lumps. Which is not really what we wanted. I'm trying to like squash all the lumps out. Alright, I think we're getting there. Oh, it is sticking a bit. Turn the heat down again a bit. What does it say about heating it? Careful not to let it boil. Oh right, okay. That is definitely boiling. Let's stop that immediately. Let's just use this one and put it on low heat. How long until the pie's out? 5 minutes. Count them until the pie's out. God, yeah, of course, use a whisk. I said they only. Oh, we haven't got a normal whisk. We've only got an electric one. Bugger. Not spaceship. Do I have an induction hob or electric? It's a It's electric. I think it's electric. It's a halogen one. And I hate it. I really miss having gas. If I just... Where's the... Where's my fork? Oh, it's in there. Use that to... Sort of getting the cornflour bits in, but not really. Where are we? Avoid using a steel whisk, as it can turn the sauce a greyish colour. That's weird. Once cool, you can serve the sauce as is or fold cream into it. So let's just get that off the heat now. I think that's basically done. Right, I mean that's basically it. I mean, I just need to wait now. That's the I mean, let's have a look. I mean, it might be ready. It's still just a little bit pale. I'll give it the 25. It's only like another 3 minutes. Yeah, no, I miss having a gas hob where it just is the temperature you set it to immediately. Sean, while we wait, can you answer a question? Yes, of course. I'm not going to taste the sauce just yet because it's really hot. Go on, Colin, what have you got? What do you want me to know? Who do you think the tastiest video game character would be? There must be one that's just like made. I mean, Super Meat Boy, right? It's just entirely made of meat. Kirby's a good one. I imagine he tastes like candy floss. But then imagine you opened up Kirby and he is actually all like meat and sinew inside, no bones, but he's all just meat and fat and tendons. He's just all tendons. Kirby. Duke Nukem, some good eating on him. That's a good one. Mr. Meat from Fighters Megamix. I'm not familiar. Sounds tasty though. Who else? There must be some that are like. Are any of the, you know, in Zool where they had the Chopper Chops stuff? Were there any like sweet enemies? I can't remember. James Pond's a good one. Yeah, he's COD, isn't he? I mean, he's Robo-COD. But obviously, he wouldn't eat the robot bit. Trico from Last Guardian. No, you couldn't eat Trico. It'd be all gamey. Trico's all feathers, isn't he? I'm not having it. Let's just give this a stir just in case. That has thickened up now, to be fair. Oh! Can you hear? It's the oven. Should we have a look? Hang on a minute. Let's get back on the big prep area cam, which you'll notice I haven't tidied up yet. Looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. Oops, shit, what am I doing? Now you're supposed to wait for the sauce to cool. But I mean, for the sake of the stream, I should probably just cut a slice and have a go, shouldn't I? I mean, because you're supposed to, when you fold the whipped cream into the sauce, you're supposed to wait for it to go cool, which I imagine folding whipped cream into hot sauce is probably a bad idea. Right, let's get a plate. And a knife. Actually, I should probably get that out onto a real big plate first, shouldn't I? Nearly did the thing of grabbing the thing that's just come out of the oven again. Right. Hopefully I can just sort of fold. Hang on. This down. Oh god, this isn't going to work. Shit. Need a towel. There we are, a bit more precise. I'm definitely going to wreck this. See, if I could just use my fingers, I'd just peel that down and it would be fine. See, because if I could just like do that without destroying it, that would be great. No, I'm just going to leave it in there, cut a slice out. Let's not go mental. I can't, I need to, I don't know where to cut in the old chap in the middle. What? What are you all shouting at? Why are you shouting in the chat? Why am I getting... Plate on top, tip over, second plate. No, but it'll disrupt the willy in the middle. I know that technique. I know the second plate technique. But I'm worried that that's going to ruin it. Fine, we'll try it. We'll try it. Here we go. I'm not worried that the willy will be disrupted, Colin Ross Wilson. I'm worried that the willy will disrupt everything else. But let's see. I need to just use my fingers for this, don't I? Even though it's too hot. Whee! Well, that's what the underneath looks like. And then, whoop. You ready? Hey, okay, so that's what I was worried about. See the big crack in it there. But you guys made me do it. So right, now let's cut a slice. How's this sauce looking? Still really hot, but never mind. If I go, there's no way of avoiding it. I need to just stab it. Where's my plate? I mean, it's crumbling everywhere, which I think maybe means it was a little bit too dry. But whatever. Bit of crumble, bit of crust. Oh, that's nice to be fair. So there we go. Basically, hang on. I'll do which camera do I want? This one. Where are we? Look at that. It's a bloody apple cake, mate. Shall I try? I'll ladle a bit of sauce on it. It'll probably be too hot. Get another fork. I assume you want me to try it. Yes, that is a cornflour lump. Thank you. Thanks for noticing. Yeah, that's really nice. That is really good. Even with the cornflour lumps. God, that cinnamon actually really works. I mean, this probably isn't... I mean, certainly eating it hot, it's not like a summery dessert at all. But, gosh, nice though. Oh, it's actually burning my throat a little bit. I don't know why I'm eating all this on camera, because I'm going to sit down with my wife and eat another slice in a minute. Ice cream. That's a good shout. Deadbeat Punk. That was a very good shout. I haven't got any, but if I did, that would be a good idea. Will that be cheap? No, I'm not going to stream me eating dessert with my wife. Get a life, mate. Cinnamon does go very well with apple. Quite right. Going to make some ice cream. I have toyed with getting an ice cream maker, but I'm not actually sure what they do. Well, what does an ice cream maker actually do? I've never looked into it. I'm just aware that they're a thing. Also, I don't know what I would actually make. Well, watching you eat pudding, it's fair to say no one has a life in this scenario. Friday night, baby. I mean, no, I know an ice cream. I know an ice cream maker makes ice cream. What does it? Is it not just a case of mixing a load of stuff together and chuck it in the freezer? I have no idea. Mostly just a cold bowl you stick in the freezer with a paddle. There we go. That is a satisfying answer. This is your Friday night. Yeah. But like, you know, at least I'm fulfilling a thing. I'm getting paid for this, sort of. Not really. But I'm telling myself that, and I'm telling my wife that. There we go. So that's it. Basically, I am very glad that I didn't try and do a 2-course thing with this, because that would have been way too hard. But valuable lesson learned. If I'm doing things that are actually complicated, yeah, just one course is fine. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna go and eat more apple cake. But yeah, I'm glad you've enjoyed this one. I don't know when the next one's going to be. I mean, yeah, towards the end of next month, obviously. It would be so cool to do these more often, but it is actually like quite a lot of work. Just getting everything together, and because I have to set up, you know, all this shit every time. I mean, maybe if we, I don't know, like I sort of half joked about making it another Patreon stretch goal to do like 2 a month instead of 1, but I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Really enjoyed this. Couple of stressful moments, but the chat pulled me through it. So yeah, really appreciate it. And yeah, enjoy your weekend. Try not to die of exposure like James Farley. Cheers. Now this is the awkward bit where I have to find the end of the stream picture. Here we go. Cheers. Bye bye.